Before, after, before, after. Hi, this is Luke Reichley with Secrets of the Red Carpet, style from the inside out on emPOWERme.tv. We have got a full house today on Secrets of the Red Carpet. Celebrity stylist Chris Manor is here to show us the latest in print and pattern dressing. And actress, singer, and writer-director Traci Lords joins us to find out about redefining yourself through image. First up, we have a very special treat for you. My friend Tamala Jones, TV's hottest medical examiner on the ABC hit series Castle, is guest star hosting in our chat room. Welcome, Tamala.
Thank you, Luke. I love being here, and we want you out there to be here in the chat room with us, too. If you're on emPOWERme.tv's homepage, welcome back. Yet, here's how you can join the chat room for Season 2. We're streaming live at a3youtube.com/emPOWERme.tv. So log in with your Google or your YouTube account, and you'll see the video. Under the video, click the Secrets of the Red Carpet link, and the chat box will appear, and join the conversation live, and maybe get your questions answered too. It's free, and it's fabulous, and we want to hear from you.
Thank you, girl. That was a mouthful. Now, I know you're going to get a lot of questions, especially about that dress. Who are you wearing?
This is a little number by Max Azria, you know, for BCBG. A little something, something.
Excellent, with vintage earrings by Chanel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
I can spot Chanel at 50 paces. Now, we'd love to get a shout out to any of our new followers from aspiringsocialite.com. Now, when you come into the chat room, let us know how you found out about us. We'll do our best to answer your questions live. The moment has come to find out what's red hot on the red carpet. This week on Red Hot on the Red Carpet, we make the transition from summer premiere season with style sweetheart Anna Kendrick to autumn whirlwind of award events with red carpet glamourista Amy Adams. Now, young style star Anna Kendrick was nude, totally nude this summer, as exemplified by this Christian Dior number from the London premiere of What to Expect When You're Expecting. Co-starring Cameron Diaz and Matthew Morrison, the LA premiere of Expecting found her in an Elie Saab sheath of champagne, which is French for nude. Anna went dark at the Toronto Film Festival in this little black dress, that's little bruise dress from Mulberry. Fantastic for an effortless Fantastic for an effortless transition from summer to fall. Now, Amy Adams could give tutorials on red carpet wow. She stepped out a few nights ago in this red-hot outfit at the premiere of her new film, Trouble with the Curve. This co-stars Clint Eastwood and Justin Timberlake. Now, Miss Adams has an instinct for working her assets, shown here at the Golden Globes in a one-shoulder Marchesa gown and a stunning Hervé Leroux entrance maker from the Screen Actor Guild Awards. Now, at last year's Academy Awards, she took the competition down in this beaded extravaganza from Loren Scott, with an accessory assist from Cartier in the form of an emerald the size of a doorknob. That's this week's Red Hot on the Red Carpet. Now, if you're the kind of girl who's perplexed by prints and defaults to a sea of solids when you get dressed, then you are missing out on a world of cuteness. Celebrity stylist Chris Manor has the give on how to put pattern back into your look. Welcome to the latest in. So, Chris, welcome back from New York Fashion Week. You got back in one piece, I see.
Yeah, I did.
So what have you brought back with you?
I brought back a lot of inspiration that I saw, which was based on prints. And, you know, of course, we have a couple of celebrity girls who we're seeing rocking them recently that we're going to take our cue from.
Who's the first one?
The first girl that we're going to take our cue from is Hailee Steinfeld.
Okay, so here's Hailee.
Really cute little young star. I love the way she mixed this printed skirt with a really simple t-shirt, a really cute silhouette. Any woman of any age can pull it off.
So you created this look behind us, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, one thing I want to point out is, Chris, you told me that all of the looks today are from TJ Maxx and Marshalls?
Yes. All of our looks,
Nice.
You know we like to keep it cost efficient here. So all of our looks today were shopped from TJ Maxx. It's everywhere, any woman, any town. You guys have a TJ Maxx. Go there right now. Everything you see here is available.
Really expensive, really affordable. And also, you know, I use TJ Maxx and Marshalls and discounters a lot because they really save my budget when I'm trying to put a show together.
Exactly.
So what's our next look?
Our second look is by Kim Kardashian. You know, she's one of our faves here.
So this is Kim.
And Kim was seen rocking a different silhouette than we have here, but a gorgeous Indian-inspired print.
Right, with a nice shapely waist, but this is a little different, this shape. What do we have?
It's kind of more of a trapeze shape, and it's cool going into fall because it allows you to breathe a little bit. You can pair it with an opaque hose or a tight. I put it here with this crossbody bag. Really cute fall look.
Very cute. Well, that shape is wonderful because you can really do a lot of things with it. You don't feel constricted. You can pair it with tights or jeans or leggings and high boots. You can wear it as a tunic or as a really short dress.
You can belt it. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Now, what do we have in this last look? It looks like we're going to look crazy with pattern over there.
A little mod. Our last look, we take our cue from Kelly Osbourne,
okay,
who we've all seen evolve, and her style right now is really great. She was seen rocking an oversized houndstooth print.
Okay, so houndstooth is like this black and white, or it could be black and a color, or really any color.
Right.
It's also in English it's called dog's tooth because if you explode it, it looks like the shape of a dog's head. And we've got here a houndstooth skirt.
I mean, Kelly's houndstooth was oversized. It was
really
a coat.
big. It was really exploded and big and dramatic, right?
What we did was took it and take it away from the coat, kept the print, and
right.
found it in shapes that women could integrate into their wardrobe tomorrow if they wanted to.
Well, this dress is really great because it's very shaped, and it's, again, this has been a big, big season for dresses.
Right.
Right?
We had, I mean, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about those cut waists and how we blamed them on the Kardashians, and this dress is no exception. A great cut waist, but a great print.
Excellent.
Fellas.
Hello. Oh, hello.
Oh, I got to tell you, Slinky.
Just step on in, girl.
Slinky and Cicero ask, I've got some meat on my bones. Is there a rule to wearing prints when you're a curvy girl?
Well, the first rule is yes.
Yes, there is
Wear
a
them,
rule.
right.
I'd say always make sure that the print is proportional to the body. If you're a curvier girl, go for a larger print. It'll be more in proportion with your shape. And if you're a smaller girl, you don't want to be drowned out by such a large print. So go for something that's a little bit smaller.
Right. Also, you can really use prints and patterns to move the eye around your body. Like if you want to maximize the segment, you have like, say you have shoulders that are narrow for your silhouette,
right.
wear a big exploded print up top. And then that way that'll bring all that attention up top. You can do smaller prints at the waist to make your waist look smaller.
Right.
You know?
Or
so
pairing the print with a solid.
And if you want the eye to travel more up and down, you do a stripe, a vertical stripe that's really strong.
And we forget that stripes are a print. I mean, none of these prints are stripes because plaid is very, that's our go-to pinstripe of plaid.
Right.
But those are also prints and really great ways to play with your wardrobe.
Absolutely. I'm mixing about 4 prints today in mine, so as you can tell, I am unafraid.
Listen, you are our printed godfather here today.
Godfather print. So we're about out of time. Do you have any? Now you've been in New York Fashion Week, so that was an amazing event, I'm sure, for you.
So great, and I mean this really. This trend is something that I saw there. I'm giving it to you right now, but really expect it next spring. Prints everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere, at Whitney Eve, at Tommy Hilfiger,
right.
at Alice and Olivia, tons of print everywhere, and it really is a great way to, as we like to say, add instant impact to your look.
Right. But also start experimenting, especially if you can get some stuff out of places like Marshall's or TJ Maxx or Loehmann's. You can start experimenting with pattern and work it into your wardrobe. If you're not sure about it, start with a scarf or start with a belt and just see. Because some people, you wear solids all the time because it's safe.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy, and it is easy. So it's a little more risky for some people to work into these kind of patterns, especially anything that's exploded. And if you want to, start with small patterns.
Well, and make it a small investment. This skirt is Calvin Klein from TJ Maxx. It was $13 on the sale rack.
So it's not going to break the bank.
Exactly.
So listen, we're out of time. Thank you so much for coming back and making it back to Los Angeles safe.
Always so much fun with you.
We'll see you again.
And you can follow Chris on Twitter at Chris Manor and on the pages of Beauty Entertainment Magazine. I went out last night to the Entertainment Weekly party. Fabulous. I saw some handsome, tender morsels in there. They were dapper and well-dressed, but they could have used a little bit of Luke inspiration. Maybe some fancy cufflinks. I'm just saying. Now back to Luke with the inside job.
Thank you, Tamala. So loving who you are and what you see doesn't happen overnight. And if you're in the habit of looking in the mirror and tearing yourself down, well, I'm not going to insult you by saying that all you have to do is go look in the medicine cabinet, say, you're beautiful, and that'll be the end of it. Old habits die hard. And if you're anything like I was, you've been saying horrible things to yourself in the mirror for quite some time. Now, there's a new habit in town. It's called loving the body you have. You get it going with a glance out of the corner of the eye. The corner of the eye is an exercise that is the foundation of the inside job. So do this now. For the next 7 days, have a pen and paper or digital device on you at all times to take notes. And I want you to write down everything you say to yourself each time you see your reflection. Whenever you see your reflection, whether it's your dressing room or rearview mirror or in a bank building. Write it all down. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Pay special attention to the things you say as you catch your reflection in the corner of your eye. Here are some rules. Yes, there are rules. 1, don't edit what you say. Now, don't worry if it's embarrassing. Nobody ever died of embarrassment. Don't judge what you hear. Your opinion of this information is not really the point right now. And don't try and figure it out. In fact, thinking is not your friend right now. Don't think, just write. Now, don't skip over it if you've already written down once. It'll get repetitive. Later on, we'll be looking at how often things come up to see if maybe there's a pattern somewhere. Now, don't fall into the temptation to store things up in your head and don't write anything down, thinking you're going to remember it later. You won't. One more time, just write it down. Now, you'll probably encounter some resistance to this. Maybe a voice that will say, oh my God, this is stupid, or this is boring, or what the hell is he talking about? This isn't going to work. That's fine. Write that down too. That's all you have to do. Now, this is the start, and this information is solid gold. Next week, I'll tell you what to do with it. But this is the beginning of a transformation, so don't cut corners. You'll thank me later.
Hey, Luke, darling.
Yeah.
Some Nabula 7 says she already knows what she wants to say to her reflection.
Thanks, Bula. You're not alone. A lot of people say, I already know what I say. Well, you know what? Write that down first, and then do the exercises described. Which brings us to this week's Style Gospel according to Luke. What you think you know and what is really going on are often two different things. So to get the best results out of the corner of the eye, don't think, just write.
If you get lost or you need a reminder, go to emPOWERme.tv, Secrets of the Red Carpet, and view the clip. Also, be sure to follow Luke on Twitter at RedCarpetLuke to get some daily inspiration and some friendly prodding. And now, we shine the spotlight on the fierce and fabulous Traci Lords.
Yes, it does. You took my breath away, but I don't think it was a good thing, no.
When it comes to reinventing your image, there is simply no one better to chat with than our next guest, Traci Lords. 25 years ago, she came under fire for her controversial work in adult videos. Since then, Tracy has taken charge of her image and completely transformed herself into a music, television, and film star. Let's welcome Traci Lords.
Hello.
Welcome, my dear. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Now, tell me a little bit about this video that we just saw.
That was the last video that the late, great Zalman King directed.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was for my single Last Drag on Sea to Sun Records. And I have a new collection of music out right now called M2F2 on Sea to Sun Records. It's on iTunes right now. It's Traci Lords Presents. Right. And I was just really blessed to be able to work with Zalman before he passed away last December.
That is fabulous. A wonderful director.
And it's a fun video. It's
yeah,
a lot of fun.
Really a lot of fun.
But every time
Very
I watch
visual.
it, it makes me want to smoke.
That makes you want to smoke, right?
Yeah.
You probably quit a while ago and you still want to smoke when you see people smoking?
I quit quite a while ago,
right.
But when we did the video, I actually smoked all day long and I felt like I was going to pass out.
Well, smoking was so much, it was a big part of my image when I was a kid. It's like, I'm a smoker.
Yeah.
And now it's like, thank God I'm not a smoker.
Yeah, and it was a big part of my thinness, smoking.
Well,
and you just don't eat, you just smoke and have cocktails in the afternoon. The good old days.
That video to me was a kind of big transition, but you got a big start in film. What was your big breakthrough?
Well, I think that Not of This Earth in 1986 or 1987.
Not of This Earth, which was a remake of the Roger Corman movie from the 60s?
Yeah, Beverly Garland starred in the original, and Jim Wynorski had the idea. He was working with Roger Corman, New Horizons, and they were going to redo that film, which Roger did a lot. And Jim cast me in it, and I was straight out of acting school at Lee Strasberg Theater Institute in LA, and I was very full of myself and full of the method acting. And I ended up in Griffith Park, being chased by a man in dark sunglasses. It was quite humbling.
And did the method help you with this, with being chased in Griffith Park?
I don't know. I just remember that at that time I took it all very seriously and I didn't have as much fun as I probably should have. And now, 20 years later, Jim and I the film was re-released, director's cut, and we got to sit down and do the commentary and watch it. And I had such a great time with him, and I laughed, and it was one of those things where you just look back and you have a good giggle at what you were wearing, how 80s your hair was, and all of those things.
The 80s, I can't say anything really bad about the 80s because I'm responsible for some of it. I was a fashion designer at New York at the time.
There you go.
There should have been a ban on shoulder pads. But so one of my favorite films of yours is Cry Baby. Now, do we have an image from Cry Baby somewhere? Anyway, tell me about Cry Baby and John Waters.
There she is.
There she is.
Miss Wanda Woodward. John Waters did this film, Cry Baby. It was the first leading role Johnny Depp had done. He'd been in, he was on 21 Jump Street, and he had, I think, a role in Nightmare on Elm Street. But this was his first lead in a film, and Amy Locane was in it, and Iggy Pop, and Susan Tyrrell, and all these really great people, Ricky Lake. And
now that was Ricky Lake's first appearance, wasn't it?
No, she was in Hairspray.
Oh, she was in Hairspray before that. Okay.
But I think that the costumes, that's probably the most iconic role that I've ever had.
Did you find that in preparing for the film that the process of costumes and getting ready and putting the looks together with the costume designer helped you find that girl?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Van Smith designed the costumes on Cry Baby, and he just, everything from the hairstyles, the makeup, and everything. You walked in there, and he just really had... he had his vision, and he was quite intimidating, and I was 20 years old at the time, and I just remember I saw Ricky sitting in the chair, and she had all these spit curls in her hair. That's the really gnarly, like, little circle ones stuck with a bobby pin. Some things about the 50s were not pretty. And he said to me that you either get spit curls or you can have baby bangs up to here. And I chose the bangs, and the bangs ended up being so signature Wanda Woodward.
Oh my gosh, it's they're practically acting for you.
They really were. But they took forever to grow out, and they looked really ghastly in the light of day.
Yeah, the light of the normal world.
At night,
you would have
it was
to walk
okay.
Right.
But during the day, not so pretty. But they really did
made a big difference.
Yeah, the character.
Once that wig goes on, you're there.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. You need your wig and you need your heels.
And you were singing in this movie.
The whole cast contributed to the vocals in Cry Baby. I know that the two leads, Johnny and Amy, they had help from, I think, Rachel Sweet did the vocals, Amy's vocals, and I can't remember James. I don't remember his last name. So sorry.
James Brown.
No, it wasn't James Brown, but he did Johnny's vocals.
Oh,
but
okay.
Everybody contributed, some more than others. And
now, there's another movie that I really love, speaking of ghastly things, which was Blade. Now, let's have a look. I think we have a picture from Blade. Now this brings up the question, what do you wear when you have a head full of blood?
It just doesn't matter. It was all about the teeth. You know, I became very suspicious of Blade one day. We shot Blade in the blazing summer in the San Fernando Valley. And I'm not kidding you, it was like 120 degrees, and they had built like a tunnel from our, basically the trailers were at one area, and then you would walk across the lot, and you had to walk down this hallway that was like a tunnel onto the stage, and as you walked there, first thing when you got to set, it would squirt with like all these hoses and douse your body with cold, wet blood. What was supposed to be blood. It was disgusting.
Oh.
I should have been very suspicious one morning when I went to work and my trailer, the inside of my trailer was all covered in plastic. And I thought,
all covered in plastic?
yeah, like
you should have
saran
known
wrap.
then
Like,
that there
and
was
I remember thinking for a second, like, well, but why
is my
you
trailer?
know? But it just, you know, maybe I was very blonde
It should
that
have been a
day.
clue.
I don't know what it was.
Well,
I
it's like that
understand.
joke. The guy
Should have
comes
been a
up to the
clue,
man in the
yes.
elephant who picks up after the elephants in the parade, who picks up the elephant poop in the parades, and a guy comes up and says, don't you want to do something else? You want to do something else in your life? And he says, what, and get out of show business?
Right.
So now,
Glamorous.
Hollywood seems to run on the fuel of typecasting. So what has been your biggest challenge in recreating your image?
I think the biggest challenge for me has been taking it too seriously. I think that, you know, right when I did the transition from X-rated films into mainstream films, I was so defensive and I was so young, and I just really still didn't know who I was or what I was trying to say. So I think that for me, more than what I was going to wear, it was the fact that I was actually going to wear something. That was like a key component. Now, I mean, I just look at it and I kind of laugh. You know, it has been 25 years. It's interesting that when people hear my name, they still think of sex. It's the first thing they think of when they think of me. You know, it's interesting. John Waters once said to me, "You don't ever have to do another like naughty thing in your life, but you'll always be like a badass." And I guess that's kind of cool in a way.
It is cool.
I mean,
Yeah. But
make lemonade.
You've had over 150 appearances on film and television, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of work. So you've been working steady, going through a series of characters, not always the same. Which, you know, in that period, you've done television, you've done film. What was your favorite? Do you have a favorite film that you worked on?
No, I have to say that, you know, Wanda Woodward, you know,
Right.
Crybaby was definitely one of my favorites. I also loved the series Profiler when I played Jill of All Trades. That was a delicious, murderous. I loved playing her. I mean, I loved being in Blade. I wish I had survived a little longer, but you know, it happens. I've had a great ride with my music.
Right.
I'm loving the fact that I'm working with a record company, an independent, where I'm hands-on with everything. I'm really excited about M2F2, and it was released
M2F2 is your new album?
Yeah, it was released on iTunes just 2 days ago, and
Great.
I have 3 new songs on it, but it's also a collection of just various artists, and it really takes you on this very erotic, fun, sexy journey.
Oh, excellent.
So it's one of those records that you could go home with a date and
Right.
put it on at the beginning of the evening, and the evening can progress however, and it's
sort
still
of
the right
like
music.
a seduction music?
It's
Is
a
this good
sexy
for that?
record, yeah.
Excellent.
It's definitely music to funk to.
Well, you know,
And my film Excision is coming out this
and
Halloween.
your film Excision, that's what
Yeah.
your film Excision is coming out.
So we were
Tell
talking
me a
about
little
bloody
bit about
things. It's an independent. Richard Bates Jr. directed it and wrote it, and it was accepted into Sundance this last January. And Annalyn McCord is in it. My friend John Waters has a cameo as a priest,
Right.
and he's hilarious. Anchor Bay is releasing it the 16th of October, and it's a fun ride. It's scary, it's horrifying, it's all those things. It definitely makes you think. It's perfect for October.
Oh,
and I play
yes,
a mom
absolutely.
that has like one really deranged daughter, and the other one is my prized child, and she's dying. So it's just like
perfect balance.
it's a really heavy movie, but it was interesting for me as an actor to go there, so that was good.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
That sounds. Tamala, are you waving at me? Do we have a question?
Oh my God, there's so many questions coming through here. I'm like
She's gonna lose her
studying like I
mind.
have a spelling bee coming up. There was one question that stood out, and I never really noticed it, but they want to know why Castle wears blue shirts in every episode. Does he?
Do we have a question for Tracy?
We
Well, I want to know why Castle wears blue shirts. and
Tracy, they wanted to know, have you ever been to Alabama?
Yes. Actually, I made a movie in Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
With the late,
Okay.
great Glenn Ford.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, many years ago.
I was in Birmingham.
It's very muggy.
It was muggy.
It's quite moist,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Go Bulldogs. Red Tide, Crimson Tide. I'm going to stop saying things now that relate to sports because I'll get it all wrong. Now, we've got looks like we have to, yes, the wrap it up sign is
Wow,
coming.
that's it.
I know, but listen, before we go, do you have any secrets from behind the Hollywood curtain that you want to share with our viewers?
Well, what you said earlier, I think, is the most important secret. It's all about the core.
Yeah.
You got to get that.
Lift that core. Lifting from the core.
You know,
every time.
never let them talk you into something you know makes you look like you have a huge ass.
Perfect.
And good night.
That is one of the best things I've ever. Never let them talk you into anything.
I mean, because they can. That's fabulous.
Oh,
and
it
you know
looks
it's
great.
not.
Get on camera. What they really want to do is just get you out of your trailer and on camera.
That's
right. It's like, looks great. And then you see yourself in dailies and it's like, oh my God, I have a giant ass.
And it's pink.
And with that, I want to thank you. It's time to roll up the red carpet and say goodbye. I'd like to thank my executive producers, Susan Wren and Catherine Arnold. Also, guest chat hostess extraordinaire, Tamala Jones, Chris Manor, Tracy Lords, and our new friends from AspiringSocialite.com. Now, don't forget, caring is sharing. So, show what you care and share us on YouTube with your friends. You can also follow me on Twitter at RedCarpetLuke, like us on Facebook, and that too, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can leave comments. The content on Secrets of the Red Carpet is driven by what you tell me you need. So don't be shy. Give it up. But this is not goodbye. Stay logged in to chat with Tamala Jones, Chris Manor, Tracy Lords, and me. I am your host, Luke Reichley, for Secrets of the Red Carpet, Style from the Inside Out on emPOWERme.tv.